Here we go. Hi. Just a quick introduction. I'm Mathias, Burton. I'm working on a project here called Local Brainstorm, which kind of helps urban planners connect and engage with communities. And a big part of my practice and my process has been about taking design thinking and integrating it in with civic good, social good. And so along the lines of kind of building out this project of Local Brainstorm, I wanted to establish a community very similar to Open Seattle, but for design projects or anything that's really a lot less concrete than something that people are ready to sit down and develop. So I looked at different groups and communities that kind of have a platform similar to this, because I don't really want to start from scratch for obvious reasons. And I wanted to be a part of Open Seattle to see how that might kind of work its way out. So in that process, I came across OpenIDEO. Is anybody here familiar with OpenIDEO or any of its projects? A couple of people. So OpenIDEO is part of IDEO, which is a product design innovation firm where a lot of the concepts of design thinking kind of come out of. So they're tied to Stanford and the D School, which is one of their kind of prestigious programs for using design as a way to kind of make a catalyst, or to be a catalyst for change. So OpenIDEO is kind of their nonprofit outreach side of this, and really they basically want to provoke the community to work on projects. So where you guys are here and we're talking about projects that are happening, OpenIDEO wants to kind of spur people to start those projects as there's a need. I didn't spend a lot of time putting these slides together because I'm one of a number of chapters that kind of exist. And so there's our nice little Space Needle. We don't exist on their map right now. And when I was doing this investigation, I was kind of surprised to see Seattle not as part of this community. I think there's like 40 different startups across the US. And basically what OpenIDEO does is kind of run these different challenges. And so the idea is to kind of be involved in some of the challenges that they do, but also kind of look for issues that exist in our own community. I'll come back to that in a second, but I think for people that are not familiar with kind of design thinking or design process, it's kind of useful to take a really generic description of that and kind of talk through what they have. So design thinking and design process involves kind of these stages of thought in which you kind of transform where your brain is working at, and the idea at the end of this is kind of have something that you're building and functionally producing, but it kind of starts from really like a research activity of like finding a need and trying to solve that need in whatever way makes sense. There's kind of three goals that OpenIDEO pushes for its chapters, which is to help people connect locally, which we're doing here, but this is maybe on a more project-by-project basis. Collaborate, learn, and share. So the idea here is to work on something and do something with it, and then contribute to collective impact, which is really just about finding needs in our community and trying to actually do something with them. So these are all slides pulled from other chapters. I didn't make anything special for you guys. Not that you're not special, I just didn't have that kind of time. But these are the kind of things that they kind of focus on. So they like to see their chapters using research and information. So when they do these challenges, they provide you with a lot of content, a lot of resources, a lot of reference. And that's going to be similar and IDEO's Outpost for Seattle, is that we'll bring information, we'll bring insights, and we'll gather information as needed on projects. It's meant to be really active. So whereas right now you guys are listening to me talk at an IDEO Outpost, I want to see as little talking with one person to many as possible and really have kind of peer-to-peer action to kind of produce things. And that's kind of the goal of the meetup, is to get active and try to produce something there. So this is one of the principles of, I think it's IDEO San Francisco talks about talk less and do more. And that's kind of the idea, is to come in and say, okay, I've got this project, can we leave by the end of the night with something moving forward? The goal is to be kind of a community of action. This is one of their challenges that they just recently finished as an example, where they kind of brought out people to kind of solve an issue like food waste, which is pretty broad, pretty abstract, but when you bring it to Seattle and you start to think about it in your own environment, it has a lot more meaning, and that's kind of the goal of the chapters. With that said, I have a lot of connections I've been making with the city of Seattle, and they have their own initiatives, and so I'm hoping to use a group like this to bring together people to talk about some of the initiatives that we have within our city and how we might actually solve some of those problems more creatively rather than kind of waiting for our government to solve them for us. So my goal is that this can be kind of a safe place for messy ideas. So as people have a concept, an opportunity that they want to pursue, that they can find a community of people willing to kind of help them bring that to life. So yeah, I hope you guys will come. This is the date. It's going to be at Impact Hub Seattle, and it's on the meetup for Open Seattle. So you'll join us. Cool.